Hello everyone, and welcome back to Dragalia Foundry, a fan channel where everything Dragalia Lost can be found. Today's video is going to be my summoning session on the Dragon Special Summon Showcase. I'm also going to give my general thoughts on that showcase, as well as take a look at some of the news we got earlier this week. So by far the biggest piece of news is that next Monday, December 17th, we're getting our next event. It's going to be a facility event called the Miracle of Dragon Yule, and as you can see in this image, the three adventurers for this event are Nefaria, Xander, and Cleo. Now Cleo appears to be holding a dagger. Nefaria is holding a sack of presents, so it's speculated that that may be an axe-type weapon, and it's hard to tell what Xander is holding in this picture. We do get a slightly better look here, but it's still hard to say. But we do get confirmation from this that the facility we're building is this Yule tree, which will power up water adventurers, and the events page also describes that we'll be fighting flame enemies. So pretty cool to find that out. Definitely not what I predicted. I did think we'd get a facility event, but I thought it would be the opposite, that we'd be fighting water enemies and maybe building up a wind or flame facility, something like that. Besides that, we also got some info about Master difficulty on Avenue to Power and Avenue to Fortune. Those are out now, which is awesome. So if you've been playing those, you get a lot of rewards from them. I think it's really great that they're available. And there's a half stamina event going on for Elemental Ruins and certain Imperial Onslaughts, which is also very cool to see. So I am back after an absence. I have been working on some technical difficulties, and then I was a little bit under the weather, so you may have noticed that in my previous video, but I wanted to go ahead and get this out to give you my thoughts on the Dragon Special Summon Showcase, and explain a little bit why I chose to wait until the very end on the previous showcase. I got a lot of questions in the comments, or implications that I had given in and decided to summon despite saving up a lot of Wormite, and that's simply not the case. So I want to explain why it's beneficial or strategic to wait until the last day. And it's basically because in the past, on the previous showcase, that's when Cygames gave us a preview of what was coming next. So by waiting until the last day, I knew at least part of what would be on Dragon Special before making the choice to summon on an Enchanting Ensemble. So that's the idea behind waiting. There's nothing so urgent in the game that you really need to summon right away, so I do think it's better to wait. However, because I'm wrapping into this, my impressions on this showcase and kind of my informal review, I am doing it a bit early, as well as because we already know we're getting Cleo, Nefaria, and Xander coming up next. I am excited for them. I'm not going to try spend all my Wormite today because I am saving some for them. I mostly want Nefaria. She's definitely the unit I'm most excited about, so I'm hoping she's a 4-star and not a 5-star. But even if she is a 5-star, and I were to save all my Wormite and not summon on Dragon Special, I wouldn't have enough to snipe her necessarily, so that's something to think about, and that's why I'm also pulling the trigger early on Dragon Special. As for Cleo and Xander, they would be great to get as well, but I was kind of hoping for Ronzel, Luca, or Cerise. But anyway, we're here for Dragon Special today, so let's take a look at this. I'll give you my thoughts. This is a very different showcase in that we have 3 dragons featured, 1 adventurer, and 1 Wormprint at 5-star. Now, the adventurer, Xainfried, has a Dragon Time ability and a Dragon's Claws ability. Basically, Xainfried's gimmick is he gets stronger the more times you transform into a dragon in a match. I think that makes him quite cool. It's definitely a unique character, so I would love to pull Xainfried. I think he's a strong unit if you have him. For the dragons, Cerberus and Leviathan provide strength to flame and water adventurers respectively, of 40% or 60% if you max and bind them. They are super powerful, so it's definitely worth trying to get one of these and maybe eventually max and binding it. Jeanne d'Arc, a little bit weaker because she provides HP, but she's still quite a strong dragon as a natural 5-star. Probably not as good as someone like Cupid, but excellent if you have Hildegard or if you're training up a light healer in general. And Dragon Brethren provides Dragon Time and Flame Res. I feel like it's a pretty niche mechanic still, extra Dragon Time. It seems like something that's fun to play around with, but I don't know that the value is really super high. I wouldn't mind it because I don't have one. I actually have none of these 5 stars, so any of these would be a great pull for me. Moving on to the 4 stars, Musashi is the Focus 4-star adventurer. And there are 3 4-star focused dragons, Ifrit, Poliahu, and Lindworm. I do have a copy of Poliahu and Lindworm, but not one of Ifrit. All of these are pretty good. I would say Lindworm and Ifrit are a bit better because they provide strength. Poliahu provides balanced stats, so probably not as good as someone like Vojanoi who provides strength. And then the 4-star focused Wormprint is Lord of the Skies. Lord of the Skies provides Overdrive Punisher and Shadow Res. I think that's actually a pretty good Wormprint. Overdrive Punisher, I think, has some applications. Shadow Res, it's niche, but it is pretty good. It's better than the Wormprint we got last time, Kicking Back, I think. And as you can see, nothing is on focus at 3-star. So, in terms of this overall showcase, what's interesting here is this is not going to be better for you if you're sniping a specific 5-star. If you look at all of these 5 stars on focus, normally they'd have a 0.5% chance of pulling a specific one on a specific summon, right? But actually on this, they have a 0.4 chance. If you just want one of these dragons though, you have a 1.2% chance on every pull in a 10-fold or every single summon. So the more things, like with any showcase, the more things on here that you want, the better this showcase will be for you. So in my case, I don't have anything on focus except for Poliahu and Lindworm. And because I haven't maxed Unbound either of them, it's not a bad thing for me to pull multiple copies. So I actually see this as a pretty high value showcase. Dragons are some of the most valuable things in the game. They can provide a lot of power to your adventurers, and you are able to max and bind them slowly, so even having one is pretty good. Whereas with weapons, it takes a very long time to max and bind them because we don't get unbinding materials very easily. So overall, I think this is a good showcase, and I'm going to summon until I get one 5-star. So not going crazy today. I do want to save. If Nefaria is a 4-star, that'll be great, but it would be nice to pick up a couple 5-stars on that Christmas showcase or on that holiday showcase, so I am looking forward to that. Also to note here on these appearance rates, even in the off-focus category, you're going to be more likely to get dragons than you normally would be. So 1.2% of the 2 is, or 1.2 percentage points of those 2 in off-focus are going to be dragons as well in the 5-star. And the same is true in the 4-star. More of it is assigned to dragons than would normally be the case. So that is also one cool thing to point out. This is going to be a great way to pick up lots of dragons, hopefully. We're going to see. Here we go. Do I recommend you summon on it? Yes, especially if those holiday adventurers don't do a whole lot for you. Once again, you can still wait till the last day of this showcase, till Sunday. You might get more information. You might find out Cleo is the 5-star, or all 3 of them are 5 stars, or maybe you'll see the 5-star Wormprints on that holiday showcase, and that will help you make a better decision. So that's always the benefit of waiting. But here we go. We're going to be a bit wild today. We're going to summon anyway, despite that. I hope we get lucky and don't have to spend a lot. We should get a 5-star within a couple of 10-folds if luck is on our side. If not, hopefully 3 or 4. But I have enough Wormite that I can pretty much guarantee an automatic Pity Breaker on that holiday showcase anyway. So let's get in here with our first 10-fold. Wish me something good. Maybe it'll be a 5-star right away. Cerberus would be probably one of the best for me. Cerberus because right now I have a level 100 Pele as my best Flame Dragon. And Cerberus debuff is pretty strong. Wormprints, okay, a golden bow, 2 4-star dragons, 2 4-star bows and 2 4-star dragons. I'm trying to think of who is available in the 4-star bows. Winds of Saint Latier, not a super great healing Wormprint. Elaine, I do like Elaine, especially after doing my showcase. Oh, of course, Eleonora. This is only my second Eleonora. Always good to see her. Astral Imp. Now, I'm still working on leveling up and training my units from my last summoning video since it was just 2 days ago. So I won't show off anyone from that video because I don't want to spoil you. But I will say this Juggernaut is pretty good. And if you watch that video, you'll know why, but I'll leave it at that. And we got a Phoenix! Nice! Man, maybe this is better value than I thought with those off-focus dragons. What? And we got 2 Eleonoras, okay. This bodes well. I'll take this as an auspicious sign for us. Nothing new here, but obviously there's nothing new to the game on this showcase, so can't expect too much. Let's go ahead and summon again. Hopefully we'll break our payday in the next couple and move on. Xanfried would be pretty cool. Oh, we're getting a 5-star. 1 and 1 4-star. Oh, it's a Wyrmprint. It's gotta be Dragon Brethren, right? This is only the 3rd 5-star Wyrmprint I've gotten. Another Ricard. Ooh, Oxbex's Prayer. Not the greatest Wyrmprint. Not the greatest Wyrmprint in the world, but that's okay. Snowdrake. Ocean Grass. Moondrake. Petrol. Pietro's cool. Rounds out my collection of Water Axe units nicely. And Philia. Philia's new for me too. Some Eldwater from Malka and Raymond. And another Sisters of the Anvil. Alright, so let's take a look at Ospex's Prayer. So the reason I'm not crazy about this is this full HP equals healing. I feel like you want to heal when you're not at full HP a lot of the time, so I think a 70% cutoff is way better for that. Or just a general healing or recovery potency ability. Curse Res of 20% can be nice. If you upgrade it, I think it'll go up to 25%. So for some 3-star adventurers, that can bring them up to 100%, but only if they're already a 5-star, so that's a pretty heavy commitment to those adventurers. Overall, not a great Wyrmprint. Do love the artwork. It looks super cool once unbound twice as well to get the new artwork. It's so tempting to summon some more. I gotta say that, I have to admit that. But I think I'm gonna have to be happy with what I have here. Let's take a look at Pietro. Pietro's kind of interesting in that he has blindness res. Pretty strange for a water adventurer. If you want to see my review of Pietro, I did that on the showcase where he was featured. So that would have been, I believe, 2 showcases ago. And Philia we saw in the squad video where you submitted your win teams. Somebody had a 5-star Philia. Shout out to the 5-star Philia. Have to respect that. I'm getting closer to having a full wind bow squad, which is cool. That would be a fun theme team to run. But she has paralysis res because why not? They just decided to give her paralysis res, even though a lot of water enemies, the natural foes of wind adventurers, don't inflict paralysis, but here we are. So, Philia, excited to read her story though, that's for sure. And these are candidates for future spotlights. And Snowdrake was also new for me, so that's cool. Almost got all of the 3-star dragons at this point. But that's it for my summoning session. Like I said, only wanted to go until I got 1 5-star. It was a Wyrmprint this time around. No Xanfried, no dragon for us. But soon, everyone. Soon. The Miracle of Dragon Yule. This could be where I spend a lot of that Wyrmite I've been saving up. And we have 26k right now. If we get a summoning voucher, we're going to be pushing close to 30k, which is enough for 2 guaranteed 5-stars and likely more than that. But like I said, I mainly want to get Nefaria from this. I'm really hoping she's a 4-star. We're going to have to wait and see. I hope you've enjoyed this week in Dragalia Lost. I hope you're taking advantage of these half stamina events. Hopefully by the end of this week and the start of next, I'll have figured out my technical difficulties with my hardware, and I'll be feeling 100% so I'm able to bring you more videos like usual. But thank you so much for watching, everyone. I really appreciate it, as always. Take care, and I'll see you next time.